Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel is the glorious Abby St. John. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Of course.
Now, we are speaking here today, and I even got my own new background here instead of using the studio, and you're doing it at home. So this is kind of a fascinating panel we are doing for this week. But we are starting off, of course, with all the talk on the Batman. And of course, I've seen this twice already, but the Batman reaction and the box office ticket sales. So let's kind of go a little bit more in depth about this, of how they made even over $250 million worldwide on the first weekend it opened. And it's going to dominate this weekend, apparently.
Yes. So they exceeded expectations. They projected to make less than they did, but worldwide opening weekend, they made $248.5 million approximately. It is the second highest grossing movie opening weekend since the pandemic, behind just one spot behind No Way Home. So that's really impressive. We've seen Marvel, they've been dominating forever, and DC, they haven't been. That's very impressive. And I'm very happy that it got the success that it deserved, because it's been hyped up for so long and it's looked so good. And, Robert Pattinson, I think he really proved himself as the Batman. And, those naysayers are kind of eating their words a little bit because of how successful it's turned out to be. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, has a critic rating of 86% and an audience rating of 89%. So all in all, pretty successful. I've yet to see the movie yet. I want to see it, but they're projected to make a lot more this weekend as well. So the more that's in the theater, the more they're going to make. So I think it's perfect. And I know you've seen it, so you could probably shed more light into how it was firsthand.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen it twice now. From some of the reviews we've seen, a lot of people have complained that it's too dark, which I think that's a bit hilarious, since
it's Batman. It has to be dark.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. And from my perspective, I thought it was really good. It worked really well. Robert Pattinson did such a great job being kind of like the brooding kind of doesn't want to talk to anybody kind of Batman. And then throughout it, what I learned as well, just seeing Colin Farrell as the Penguin, that was jaw-dropping when I found that out. Like I didn't even know that before I first watched the movie, but finding out about it after, it was crazy. Like the makeup job is amazing of how well they made him look as a Penguin.
Totally unrecognizable. I think that's impressive. I think Colin Farrell is fantastic in pretty much everything that I've seen him in. So I think it's impressive that they completely transformed him. And that is how I picture the Penguin. That's what he looks like. And I think they did a perfect job at portraying that visually.
Yeah, exactly. Like even just the way he speaks, it was amazing, just seeing the transformation they did with Colin Farrell when it came to the Penguin. And of course, in my perspective of seeing Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz, seeing Jim Gordon as Jeffrey Wright playing him, I thought they did a fantastic job. There was some controversy before about race playing into it, how some people, of course, the racists out there just not being a fan of them, Catwoman being Black, Jim Gordon being Black. I thought they did a fantastic job. Should not matter what race you are. If you play that character well, good on you, and I thought they did fantastic. So I'm glad to see that they are getting the ratings and the support they deserve to see for this movie. Robert Pattinson did an amazing job as Batman.
Yeah, I think without just seeing the movie yet, I think they did a fantastic job with casting Jeffrey Wright. He's fantastic in everything he does. And Zoe Kravitz, I think just by seeing the trailers, I think she's the perfect Catwoman, just the way she moves and her persona and her attitude that she portrays. I think it's perfect. And, the concerns about Robert Pattinson being cast, I think they're a non-issue now that the movie is finally released. And I'm very excited to actually see it myself, and to, have my own opinion about it. But I'm very excited for it.
Yes, I personally think you're going to love it. Now, moving on to a lighter note, though, with Abbott Elementary. For all those Abbott Elementary fans out there, they are partnering with Scholastic to continue a campaign that has been providing schools with free book fairs. Now, this is really interesting because they had taken a 3-week break from their episodes, and all the fans out there, of course, like me, we're disappointed. We're really excited to see those new episodes every Tuesday, but now we found out they've been providing each students with 2 free books, and the teachers have been getting 10 free books, and it's been them taking this process to actually do this for these underfunded schools, which is such an amazing initiative to see, and they will be returning on March 22nd.
Yes, this is very, this whole initiative is very amazing. You know, Abbott Elementary, pretty much the main focus of it is that they are teachers at a underfunded school in Philadelphia. The show is based on the Harity Elementary School in Philly, and you know that's the main theme around the show, is that they're very underfunded and they have to, you know, figure out creative ways to go around it, or to, you know, to provide their their kids with the education that they deserve. So they're partnering up with Scholastic to provide free book fairs to underfunded schools, and it's going to take place between March 14th and March 18th, and it will be at 7 Title I schools across the US, and that includes the school that the show is based upon. So I think this is an amazing thing that they're doing for these schools in the US, and shedding light on those underfunded schools.
Really amazing to see. So I think, hopefully, I honestly hope they get more of an audience with their show when they come back on March 22nd, and more people check out Abbott Elementary. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Thank you.